Welcome. Thank you very much for being here. So I'm Sam Rehan. I'm a stress consultant and I use laughter to help reduce stress. Let's start very gently. Who is tired? Thank you. That's honest, I'm tired too. Who's energized? A few people, thank you very much. Who doesn't know? A few. Wonderful, and that's okay, that's okay. So I'm going to check in at the end to see how you're feeling. So, quick question. How much did you laugh yesterday at work? How much did you laugh last week at work? Okay, so very, very interesting. Yeah. So let's start with a true story. About 7 years ago, there was a law firm. They acquired another organisation and they were bringing together 35 lawyers, junior and senior. And there was uncertainty. What they were trying to do is get these lawyers together to connect, because for these lawyers, this was going to be their new home. So guess what they did? They booked a laughter teacher. And this laughter teacher came in and took them through some laughter exercises, no jokes, to help them to relax and connect. And this is what happened in their words. She guided us through the exercises and we felt a sense of opening up. And rather coming from feeling self-consciousness, we embraced the commonality of laughter. The invisible barriers that had been in the place at the start to be lowered, and in many cases were removed altogether, allowing relationships to develop and the foundation of a new, larger team were formed. In the workplace, building great teams is essential to the success of a business, and laughter helped us to take a big leap forward in creating this new team. And I was a laughter teacher. So that's Parfit Cresswell. We've got, I think, 9 or 10 law firms in the Southwest. So there's lots of reasons that laughter is great for us. One of the first reasons is oxygen. Who knows what percentage of the brain is relative to your body? So if you think of your whole body as 100%, what percentage of weight is your brain? If anybody want to shout out.
20%.
Thank you, but it's lower than that. Great, but it's slightly lower than that. It's 2%. Well done, 2%. Now, how much oxygen do you think the brain uses? So imagine 100% of oxygen coming in. How much percentage of oxygen is the brain using?
70.
Good, a bit less than that. This is just the brain that weighs 2%.
55.
A bit less, it's 20%. So here's your brain, which is 2%, but it's using 20% of oxygen. And guess what laughter does? Laughter helps you to take in more oxygen, so you can make more intelligent decisions, more energy, and you feel less stressed. Take a sniff. Sniff the air. There's a reason I'm asking you that. Can you see a movement, feel a movement in your bottom of your stomach? Does anybody know what that is? Diaphragm, well done. It's a diaphragm. So what happens is the diaphragm works more effectively. Now, in 2023, the biggest heart conference in the world was in Amsterdam. And they published how wonderful laughter was, such that in Coventry and Bristol, GPs have been prescribing laughter. Do you want to do a bit of laughter now? Yeah? Can I grab a couple of volunteers? Who's the first person to volunteer? You get my book. If you want to come to the front, thank you for being the first volunteer. That's my book called Laugh More. Round of applause. Can I grab another 2 volunteers? Sarge, I'm sure you can come up. Thank you, Nick. Wonderful. So what we're going to do to make sure you're not in the way of the thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe. We're going to hold the breath for about a second. Does anybody know why we hold a breath? What happens is we've got a long wandering nerve to do with relaxation. When we temporarily hold the breath, it starts to kick in relaxation. We're going to breathe, hold, then at the end of that, we're going to laugh if we can, or smile, or make a noise. So I'm going to show you first. So we're going to laugh together, we're going to breathe, hold the breath, and any laughter that emerges. 1, 2, 3. So the audience, can I get you to breathe, hold, and any laughter that comes out? Good. One more time. Well done. Now, does that feel strange? Who feels it's strange? Thank you for being honest. Guess what? The mind goes, what are you doing? There's no jokes. I don't know if I like the sound of my laughter. People might look at me strangely, but the body goes, yes! I'm releasing endorphins. I'm taking in more oxygen. I've got more energy. So everything feels great. Thank you so much. So that's the first reason. There's about 50 reasons laughter's great. So the first reason is more oxygen. The second reason is connection. So thousands of years ago, they thought perhaps a band of humans were running, right? Perhaps from disaster or war, and they stopped, and they were safe. And when they stopped, they were making this noise. It's a bit like laughter. So this is called the relief theory. Perhaps what's happened, and this goes back to probably 600,000 years, even 2 million years ago, is what they're talking about. Laughter emerged because we stopped, and in groups, rather than grooming, because the groups got bigger and bigger, like chimpanzees grooming each other, we started to use laughter. We laugh with people that we like. So in business, if you can create laughter, opportunity to smile and laugh, we feel safer. Guess what? Stress, you can sense it. And when we're laughing together, there's commonality, barriers are brought down, and we can work better together. And also Robert Provine, neuroscientist, researcher, psychologist I think as well, back in 1990-2000, researched and took laughter out from the lab outside, and he proved that when we laugh together, we're more likely to laugh 30 times more if we're in a group. So when in a group together at work, provide opportunities to get together, smile, and be playful. That's okay, lovely to have you. And what Robert Provine showed scientifically was, most of us are not laughing because something's funny. We're laughing because there's non-verbal communication. We're bonding, connecting, feeling safe. And to that point, what I've done, I've taken laughter into places where people have got dementia, disabilities, autism. And despite all those different backgrounds and challenges, people can connect. I just want to show you this. So Princess Royal in Brighton, they got in touch with me, and they didn't have a great week. They'd lost people on the operating theatre. And they said, we're not in a mood to laugh, but perhaps you can come in and just help us feel a little bit better. So I think there was about 13 theatre nurses. And I spoke to them, and I talked about how laughter's not about pushing away other emotions and pretending everything's okay. It's about, in this moment, can we connect and share together? And this was them 15 minutes later. Yeah? And my own son has had 700 blood transfusions. So my son has a rare form anemia disorder, and he requires blood transfusion every 2-3 weeks. And I use laughter to help myself and to help him. Can I grab another 3 volunteers? Woohoo! Who wants to come up here and volunteer? Come on. Yeah, fantastic. Round of applause. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show a demo and we're going to laugh a bit more. So, yeah, that's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shake your hand and give you some laughter. And you can shake my hand or somebody else's hand and give a bit of laughter. So can I do that? Remember, I laugh a lot. I've been laughing for 7 years. Laughter's like a muscle, yeah? So if you want to pass the laughter over there, can I pass some laughter to you? And if you're sitting next to somebody, if you can pass your laughter along with them. Yeah, wonderful. Hello! Good. Thank you. And what's wonderful is I can see smiles, I can see connection, I can see sharing, conversation. It's wonderful. And I spoke to, there's a professor at I think it's Sussex University, I can't remember his name on the top of my head, and he's investigating kindness. And my belief is that when we are more relaxed, which is what laughter does, we're kinder people. Because when we're stressed, it's on us to keep ourselves safe, yeah? So it's all about, do I need to fight, flee? I'm stressed. You can't make intelligent decisions when you're stressed. But when you're less stressed and you can use something like laughter, you're more relaxed. We can start to think about other people. So if you're an employer, if you're an employee, with the other employees, you can go, actually, well, how's that person? Do they need help? How they're feeling? We can pick up more negative emotion if we're more relaxed. Does anybody want to share how they're feeling? Who feels better? Amazing. Who feels more energized? Fantastic. Who feels a bit tired? Okay, sometimes you can make you feel a bit tired because you're actually wanting to rest. Yeah. So, what was the first thing? What does laughter do? Help us to what? Take in more oxygen. Thank you. What was the second thing? Connection. We can connect with each other. The third thing is stress. I'm a stress management consultant. So what happens is when we start to relax and we start to laugh, there's a big nerve. Does anybody want to know what that nerve is called? It's a second vagus nerve, thank you. So the first longest nerve is from down here, down to your your heel, the sciatica. The second one, it starts from here, goes into your stomach. Yeah. So when we laugh, that vagus nerve starts to kick in and moves you from stress towards relaxation. And the other thing as well is we start to release endorphins, happy feel chemicals, and dopamine, and oxytocin, and serotonin. They're all amazing things for you to feel better. Yeah? So let's do another laughter exercise. I'm trying to think which one. I've got 77. I'm not going to do all of them today. But one of my favourites is called silent laughter. Silent laughter. And I've done this with school children, lawyers, social workers, lots of amazing people. So shall I give you a demonstration first? Yeah. So I'm laughing silently. So I'm going to get you to do that. But if a bit of laughter comes out or you hear laughter, just go shh. Okay? So on a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Shh. Good. Take a breath in, breath out. Ah. It's interesting as human beings, if we're told not to do something, we want to do it. So I do the opposite with the children. I always say, I don't want you to do that, but actually I want them to do it. So we're going to do the opposite now. We're going to laugh out loudly. If you've got sensitive hearing, you may want to close your ears or put your hand over your ears, right? So on the count of 3, laugh as loudly as you want. Imagine you want somebody across over there to hear you. How often do we get the opportunity to laugh loudly? We don't. So 1, 2, 3. Excellent, excellent. Give yourself a round of applause. So what happens is playfulness starts to come out. Children laugh more. So children laugh like 30 times. I can't remember if it's 7, how many times they laugh more than us because they're playful. So at work, find opportunities for play. It's the reason why in big companies they have snooker tables, they have areas of play. When we start to relax, the creative side of us opens up, and laughter is a great way to do that. It's finding a time to do it, but if you can bring somebody in, like myself or somebody else, what we're doing is I start with relaxation techniques. So one of the ways I do it is, for example, if you want to do it now, if you cross over, what you can do, you can stroke from shoulder down to your elbow. Make sure it doesn't hurt. Yeah. If anybody's got any issues with shoulder, you can always do it kind of, there's all over your hands. What happens is when we stroke from shoulder down to the elbow, we're releasing oxytocin, which is bonding, connection, relaxation. So when I'm working with people where there is a lot of stress, what you want to do is to bring them down, get that vagus nerve switched on, breath work, relaxation. And what happens is, often when people work together, they know each other, and the laughter emerges quicker. When you've got groups of people and you don't know each other, it can be harder. So I did it with a group of software engineers recently. I've done it with help desks. So bringing play in, get them moving around. If we move around, so can I grab another volunteer? Yay! So one of the things, thank you, what's your name? Dan. So one of the things I did this with the software engineers, is how do we drive? We drive like this. How do kids drive? Like that, don't they? Yeah? So what I get them to do is to say when they move the steering wheel, laughter's emerging. So can we do that together? 1, 2, 3. And what's wonderful is, as human beings, we want to play because play helps us to relax. And when we're all doing it, and we go, actually, it doesn't matter, the boss is doing it, the manager's doing it, the CEO's doing it, we start to emerge. I always have chairs at the side because we don't know what everybody's story is. We may have people going through a lot. So I invite laughter. So when I do a group, I have chairs at the side. At any time, you can stop, move away and just observe. Thank you. Did that answer the question? Yeah, brilliant. I always find it a challenge. And often what happens, the science shows this, when you've got the most senior person in the room, if they're laughing, other people will laugh. Because it's about, I want to stay together in this group. Yeah, wonderful. Any more questions? I think you've done fantastic. Yeah, it was interactive. You're not sure. It's Thursday morning. It's getting cold outside. So give yourself a laugh and a clap. I'm around if anybody's got any questions. If anybody's got a personal question about laughter, it's brought anything up, I'm around for the whole day. Come and find me. I'll be very happy to answer your question and give you more information. But have a wonderful day. It's a brilliant space. Enjoy and make the most of it. Thank you.